My name is Maya, and for 5 years, I saved every penny for my dream wedding. 5 long years. I worked double shifts as a nurse, skipped vacations, ate ramen more times than I care to admit. My fiance Jake and I had planned everything, down to the last detail. The vineyard venue, the string quartet, the dress I'd been dreaming about since I was 12. $47,000. That's what I had saved. And my sister, Leah, took it all. Let me back up. Leah was always the golden child, 3 years younger, effortlessly beautiful, and blessed with the kind of charm that made everyone forgive her for anything. Our parents adored her. Friends gravitated to her. And me? I was the responsible one, the boring one, the one who always cleaned up her messes. When Leah announced her engagement to Marcus, a guy she'd been dating for 6 months, Mom squealed with joy. Dad opened champagne. I smiled and hugged her, even though something felt rushed, desperate. "I'm so happy for you," I said. And I meant it. I really did. 3 months before my own wedding, Leah came to me crying. She and Marcus wanted to get married quickly, some excuse about his job transfer overseas, but they had no money. Mom and Dad were tapped out from Dad's medical bills. "Maya," she sobbed into my shoulder, "you're the only one who can help us. Just a loan. I'll pay you back, I swear." I should have said no, but she was my baby sister, and I'd spent my whole life taking care of her. "How much do you need?" I asked quietly. "Just maybe 15,000 for the basics." My wedding fund sat in a joint savings account, one I shared with Mom for family emergencies. I trusted her to never touch it. That money was sacred. I transferred $15,000 to Leah the next day. 2 weeks later, I logged into my bank account to pay the wedding venue deposit. $0. My heart stopped. I called the bank, my hand shaking so badly I could barely hold the phone. There had been a withdrawal. All of it. $47,000. Authorized by my mother. I called Mom immediately. "Oh, sweetie," she said, her voice light and unconcerned. "Leah needed it. You understand. Her wedding is in 3 weeks and—" 3 weeks? Mom, my wedding is in 3 months. That was my money. "Don't be selfish, Maya. Leah's situation is more urgent. You and Jake can have a simple ceremony, maybe at the courthouse. You don't need all that fancy stuff anyway." Simple ceremony. 5 years of sacrifice. Gone. Because my sister was urgent. I hung up. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just sat there, staring at the wall, feeling something cold and dark settle into my chest. Jake found me like that, an hour later. "Maya? Baby, what's wrong?" I showed him the bank statement. The color drained from his face. "All of it?" I nodded. "We're calling the police. This is theft." "No," I said quietly. "We're not." "What? Maya?" "Trust me." Something in my voice made him stop. He searched my face, then nodded slowly. Leah's wedding was spectacular. The 4-story cake, the designer dress, the ballroom dripping with crystal chandeliers and white roses, the open bar with top-shelf everything, the live band. I watched it all with a smile on my face. "Oh, Maya, isn't it magical?" Mom gushed, clutching my arm. "Aren't you happy for your sister?" "So happy," I said. "She deserves this." Leah floated past in her $8,000 gown, laughing with bridesmaids I recognized from the exclusive boutique she'd posted about on Instagram. She saw me and waved, blowing a kiss. Not a word about the money. Not a thank you. Not even an acknowledgement. Jake squeezed my hand. "You're sure about this plan?" "Positive," I whispered back. Here's what my family didn't know. I'm not just a nurse. I'm a forensic nurse who works closely with police and attorneys. I understand documentation, evidence, legal processes, and I'm very, very patient. Before Leah's wedding, I'd done my homework. I contacted an attorney, a friend from law school, who owed me a favor. We reviewed everything: the bank statements, the text messages where Leah promised she would pay me back, the original agreement. My mother had committed financial fraud by withdrawing money from an account where she was only an emergency cosigner, not an owner. The money was legally mine, but I didn't file charges. Not yet. Instead, I waited until 3 days after Leah's wedding, right when she and Marcus left for their 2-week honeymoon in Bali, the $12,000 honeymoon I'd inadvertently funded. Then I struck. I filed a civil lawsuit against Leah and my mother for the full amount, $47,000, plus interest, emotional damages, and legal fees. I froze Leah's bank accounts through an emergency court order, citing flight risk since she was currently out of the country. And then I called her venue, her photographer, her caterer, and her dress boutique. "Hi, this is Maya Chen. I'm calling about payments made for Leah Chen's wedding on March 15th. I need to inform you that all payments made from account number XXXX1247 are currently subject to legal action for fraud. You may want to contact your legal department." Leah called me from Bali, screaming. "What did you do? They're saying our credit cards aren't working. The hotel is threatening to kick us out. What the hell, Maya?" "Oh," I said calmly, "I filed a lawsuit for the $47,000 you and Mom stole from me. The court froze your accounts pending investigation." Silence. Then, "Stole? I didn't steal anything. Mom said it was family money." "Really? So the 5 years I spent saving my wedding fund, you thought that was a family vacation pot? You're being vindictive. You're ruining my honeymoon." "No, Leah, you ruined my wedding. I'm just getting my money back." "Mom said you didn't even need it. She said Jake's family is rich and—" "Jake's family isn't paying for our wedding. We are. With money I saved. Money you took." More silence. "Please, Maya," she whispered, her voice cracking. "Please don't do this. We're stuck here. We can't even pay for food." "You should have thought about that before you spent $47,000 that wasn't yours." I hung up. Marcus called next, then his mother, then my father. Dad was crying. "Maya, please. Your sister made a mistake. Can't we work this out as a family?" "I tried to work it out as a family, Dad. I gave her $15,000. She took another $32,000 without asking." "Your mother thought—" "I don't care what Mom thought. I care that my wedding is in 10 weeks, and I have no money because my sister decided her 6-month relationship was more important than my 5-year engagement." "She's your sister!" "And I'm your daughter, but I guess I'm just the responsible one who doesn't matter." He had no answer to that. The vendors started calling Leah within days. The photographer wanted his $4,500 back. The contract stipulated payment must come from legitimate sources. The venue sent a notice that if the payment was reversed due to fraud, they'd pursue legal action. The boutique contacted their corporate legal team. Leah and Marcus cut their honeymoon short, flying home in economy seats they apparently begged Marcus's brother to pay for. She showed up at my apartment, mascara running, hair a mess. "Please," she sobbed, "please drop the lawsuit. They're going to sue me now. The venue, the photographer, everyone. I'll lose everything." "You already took everything from me," I said flatly. "I'll pay you back, I swear." "With what money, Leah? You're unemployed. Marcus works retail. You spent everything on a wedding you couldn't afford." "Mom said—" "Mom doesn't have $47,000 either, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to sign a repayment agreement. You'll pay me back $2,000 a month until the debt is cleared. If you miss a single payment, I proceed with the criminal charges." Her face went white. "Criminal?" "Financial fraud. Identity theft if we want to push it, since Mom used my information. Could be 3 to 5 years, according to my attorney. You'd send Mom to prison? Try me. She signed. So did my mother, after a family meeting where I laid out everything in front of my father. I showed him the bank statements, the texts, the evidence. He looked at Mom like he'd never seen her before. You told me Maya agreed to this, he said quietly. I thought the family money was... It was Maya's money, Claire, for her wedding. How could you... Mom had no answer. The golden child had finally been caught. My wedding was 3 months ago. We didn't have the vineyard or the string quartet, but we had a beautiful ceremony in Jake's parents' garden with close friends and family, minus Leah and my mother, who weren't invited. Dad walked me down the aisle with tears in his eyes. "I'm so sorry," he whispered. "I should have protected you. You're here now. That's what matters." Leah sends me $2,000 on the first of every month. She got a job waitressing. Marcus picked up a second job. They had to move in with his parents. The vendors never got their money back from her. She settled for smaller amounts. Her credit is destroyed. Mom and I don't speak. Dad visits me alone now. Last week, I ran into Leah at the grocery store. She looked tired, older. The golden shine was gone. "Maya," she said softly, "can we talk?" "We have nothing to talk about." "I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't understand what I took from you until I lost everything too." I looked at her for a long moment. "You didn't just take my money, Leah. You took my trust, my security, my dreams, and you did it without a second thought because you've never had to face consequences before." "I know," she whispered. "I know that now." Good. Then my lawsuit was worth it. I walked away. People ask me if I regret what I did, if I feel guilty for ruining my sister's happiness. I don't. She ruined her own happiness the moment she chose to steal from me instead of asking for real help, real advice, real support. She chose the fairy tale over honesty, the Instagram wedding over integrity. And she learned a lesson that money can't buy. Actions have consequences, even for golden children. I got my money back, slowly, painfully, but I got it back. More importantly, I got my dignity back, my voice, my right to be treated with respect in my own family. Jake and I are saving for a house now. We're stronger than ever. And Leah? She's learning what it means to earn something through sacrifice. Maybe one day we'll rebuild our relationship, but it will be on my terms, not hers. Never hers again.